My name is James Alexander, and I'm representing Ironforged Martial Arts here in Colorado Springs.
So my name is Justin Sammons. I'm from Colorado Springs. By day, I work for the Department of Defense, and by evening, I am a martial artist.
My name is Ron Hardman. We're at Kilroy's Workshop in Colorado Springs, Colorado. What we do at the workshop is we come in here, we do blacksmithing, bladesmithing, and welding. We teach stuff, we make swords, we do all kinds of crazy stuff in here.
I'm Jamie Grell. I'm the gift shop and rentals coordinator here at the museum.
Ironforged Martial Arts is a martial arts school that represents a variety of styles and systems. We have instructors from a variety of martial arts to include Kudo, Judo, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, and then for our sword styles we have Japanese Kenjutsu, as well as from the Western world, Scottish broadsword.
So I got involved in the sword experience through the owner of the dojo, James Alexander. Said, hey, I've got this opportunity, I need a couple of people to come assist me. I had had some previous sword experience prior to that. I had done some foil fencing, I had done some Filipino martial arts, a little bit of longsword. So I had some sword experience background. Said, hey, you're perfect. We started running through the material and came out here in May for an academy event, and we had a wonderful time.
I got involved through the sword experience through my relationship with Ron Hardman at Kilroy's Workshop. He had invited Mr. Paul to the Colorado Springs area, and Mr. Paul needed a martial arts instructor to act as an assistant, and Ron reached out to me to fill that role.
I got involved with the sword experience just by reaching out to Adrian and saying, hey, this looks like a really cool thing. It lines up with what we do in making swords, and we need to know how to use them.
The elite program is different from the academy program in that it gets much more in depth into the cinematography and how the swordsmanship in this case plays into film and angles of particular shots, how to keep the distance between you and your partner, those sort of things, while the academy program was much more focused on the actual sword play itself, technique, fitness, things of that nature.
It's a very different feel. You move different, your spacing is different, and it's yeah, it was interesting to learn. I
started Kilroy's Workshop almost 9 years ago with a desire to teach kids. The first 5 years of our operation, we only taught kids, and then we brought adults in later on. And last year we had over 4,000 students come through at least one class. You don't need to know how to use a sword in order to make a sword, but it sure helps inform the process so that you kind of know the ins and outs of the best way to actually create the sword and to balance it.
Just having some people that maybe didn't hear about the museum come, that wanted to come just for the sword experience, that's always good to get more publicity that way, because even though we have been in Colorado Springs for a long time, not many people know that we're here. That's something that we get a lot when people come in, is they're like, oh, I never knew that this was here, but I live so close.
I would say people do not need any prior experience to take part and enjoy these programs. I would say some experience is beneficial. I think it would help people progress at a quicker pace, but I would say even coming in here with no prior martial arts experience, no sword experience, you're still able to learn something of value and be active participants in the program.
We're here for the SPX Academy, and it was a ton of fun. We had approximately 40 people out there for that event, and they did everything from fitness to recreating some movie scenes and things like that, and so they just had a blast with it. It was a lot of fun. My takeaway from it was if you're hesitant about doing it, come on out. You don't have to be in wonderful shape to do it. You don't have to be an expert swords person to do it by any stretch. Just come out and have a good time with each other.
Academy events was somewhat what I had expected. I knew there was a fitness portion, went right as expected. I knew there's going to be a lot of instruction, teaching people how to use the sword, basic strikes, basic blocks, how to manipulate the bokens. That all was expected. I was not expecting the emphasis on staying in the shot, keeping distance, all the things that you don't think about when you watch an action scene on video.
The fourth industrial revolution began at the beginning of the 21st century. They called it the technochasm, the convergence of nanotechnology, biotechnology, new materials, and advanced digital production technologies. As a result, some people got richer, some people lived longer. But the reality was that the divide between rich and poor grew greater. By 2030, terrorism, riots, social unrest, hunger and poverty plagued most of the known world. The delirium on April 3rd, 2032, a massive EMP attack wiped out all the electronic devices and systems in the US. No one is certain who was responsible. Some blame China, others the Saudis. It doesn't matter now. Ensuing panic turned to social collapse with millions dying within months. 10 years later, the borders closed and paper money was no longer valid. Today, those who survived now live in small communities, exchanging goods that have been authorized for trade. Essentials that pose no threat to the stranglehold that warlords now have over every state. But things are about to change.
Oh dear people, we have a problem. You know the rules. Solar panels, micro hydroelectric systems, generators are prohibited and contraband. Any person found in violations of Ordinance 513 will be detained for rehabilitation. Peter, you're coming with us.
Nope. No, I'm not. We're done with this crap. We're not going to let you tell us how to live. Not anymore. Leave.
Can't do that.
Then you got a problem.
Enough is enough.
You're absolutely right.
It's time! Go! Can't stop it now, brother.